Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin'. We've got another beautiful day. We're out exploring again. We're on a new lake and we are going power fishing. Come along. This should be a fun one. I'm so pumped about fishing today. Like I said, we're on a brand new lake, which is something you guys hear us say all the time. Over and over and over. Tim and I are always on new lakes. Well, that's because we are constantly traveling. And when we travel, we rarely go back to places we've been before. We're always looking. You never know when you're going to turn a corner and find that next magical place. So today's another one of those days. I've dumped into a brand new lake. It's giant, giant. I've already lost my hat in the lake. It's soaking wet. We're off to a strong start. But today is power fishing. I've got frog, swim jig, chatterbait, and a couple of flipping sticks rigged up. I mean, we're going for it. I think it will be really fun, but I have no idea what to expect. Let's go. Missed it. First bite of the day, it's on the frog. Oh man. That was way back in the reeds back there. Grenaded the frog. All right, whoa, we are on the board. It's taken a while to get that first one. That's on a compact swim jig. He buggered it up pretty good. But we're fishing some outside grass, outside reeds. And they're in here. We've missed two on a frog. No bites flipping yet. That was the first moving bait bite. Another one on the swim jig. What I'm doing, guys, this lake I'm in has just endless shallow cover. Reminds me a lot of Clear Lake in California, the upper end of that lake where it's just miles and miles and miles of tules and reeds. So what I'm doing in order to take this in bite-sized pieces is I'm fishing the outermost reeds, the sparse stuff, the farthest out. Typically my plan is fish the stuff all the way out or fish the stuff all the way in. Don't worry about the stuff in the middle until later. That's a lot harder to break down. So I'm picking apart this outermost stuff and I mean, it's not wide open. We've been at it for a couple hours. We've landed two fish, but we've definitely got something going now. He almost landed in the boat on the hook set. Sorry, little buddy. No jack flipping jig, 7-Eleven extra heavy X-Pride. That fish didn't stand a chance.
There we go. Oh, it's a giant.
Absolute giant. Look at that. Monster. Pitching the jig. I'm gonna take a picture of this jig before I pull it out. It is in there. Oh, that's a big one. Look at this jig. No jack flipping jig with a pack of Slim on the back and one giant bass. All right, let's see what this monster weighs. .05, 9-pounder. That is awesome. Flipping reeds, big black and blue jig, unreal. All right, let's get this giant back in the water. What a fish. You're free. You can't ask for more than that. Breaking down a new lake. Unbelievable. I mean, we've got 4 fish in the boat. 2 on a swim jig, 2 on a jig, and I've missed 3 on a frog, and a 9-pounder comes on board. I mean, just wild. That's why we do it, right? That's why we go exploring new places. That's why we keep trying, because you never know when you're gonna come around a corner into a nothing patch of reeds, throw a jig in there, and a 9.05 is going to eat it. Wild. Little midday update for you now. It's almost noon. I mean, it is slick calm out here. It's low 90s and humid. I mean, it's cooking today. These are not fun conditions to be on the water, but it's fun fishing, right? Powering through for sure. I'm fishing shallow. The deepest water I've made a cast in today is maybe 5 foot. This morning there was some kind of a hatch. Looked like mayflies, big flies, whatever they were. Bass were just grenading those things, but they were so keyed on them, I could not convert those fish. That's why I was getting short strikes on those frogs. Got short strike on a frog, went to that zoo pop, got a short strike on that. I went all the way to a jackal piku on a spinning rod. That's why you see a spinning rod on deck, trying to get those fish to go before I finally just decided, forget that, I'm gonna focus subsurface. And got those couple of swim jig fish, which that's on a compact swim jig, which is probably going to become a no jack swim jig, given that 9-pounder. You know, I adjust my swim jig to how big of a fish I think I'm gonna catch. Basically, it's just the size of the hook, and given that, especially the way that fish bulldogged in heavy cover, I think it would be wise to throw a stouter swim jig, and then I'm just gonna keep flipping that jig. That's that Dirty Jigs version 2 no jack. And then one thing that is super key to how I fish, this is a hematoma jig. So I wanted to throw a black blue jig. I don't have a lot of water clarity. Notice I'm throwing that on straight 65-pound braid. Not a lot of water clarity, so I wanted black blue, but since I was a kid, I don't know why, actual black blue is just not a color I like throwing. I don't know. But hematoma is a softer black blue. I have all the confidence in the world in that color. And then I use my trailer. If I need it to be bolder, I change my trailer. So again, not much visibility in this water today. You guys know how much I like that NetBait Pack-A-Slim. That's that black shadow flare color where it's got those blue claws on it. That just adds enough of that black blue to that total package. It's a fish catcher. I have so much confidence in that. And if I didn't, I would after what just happened, but I came into that with a ton of confidence. Guys, we're gonna get right back to fishing here in a second, but I just want to encourage you because this is one of those days where it's hot, it's uncomfortable, it's hard to be out here. I'm not getting a lot of bites. I'm exploring, so you're not even that motivated, right? Because you don't even know. You're trying everything, but you haven't found a path yet. But I'm sticking to those guns, keep going, and then I'm rewarded with a giant. And I want to encourage you guys, whether you're on your home lake or a new lake, just keep going because you're always just a cast away from the potential of catching your personal best or turning the corner and finding the pattern that's going to dial you in for the next few months. You just gotta keep going. All right, with that, I'm gonna get back to grinding. Oh, he smoked it. Darn it. I haven't had a bite in 4 hours. I was practically asleep when that happened. Gotta keep that focus. Got him. That was awesome. Way back inside that dock. Skipped that frog back in there. That fish crushed it. That was cool. What a bite. Whew, that'll wake you up. Look at that frog. He wanted it. Feels good to get some bites after grinding, flipping that jig for hours. But by no means would I trade it. That's hard work, but the bites you get are amazing. Wow. Oh, too funny. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. I've got a long idle out of this canal and then a run back to the trailer, but what a day. This is why we go exploring. You just never know when you're gonna stumble on a great big one or a fishery that just seems to have all the right things. We had 3 unique patterns going today, right? We got a couple fish doing each thing. Couple on the swim jig, couple flipping, and then a couple on the frog. We actually got by far the most bites on the frog. Just couldn't connect with a lot of those morning fish. One thing, I was throwing that black and blue Spro bronze eye there at the end, and black and blue is kind of an odd color frog. I thought you guys might be those that were clued in that noticed might be wondering why black and blue. And the answer is the black, not the blue in this case. I wanted to throw a black frog, and it's because this morning I was going by a pad field and I saw all these blackbirds hopping around on the pads, picking up bugs. And I got to thinking, you know, if you're gonna get a big one, if there's a giant up there in that pad field, it's trying to eat those birds. It's not trying to eat the bugs. So I dug through my box, and the black frog I had with me is a black and blue. So that's why I was throwing that. But those subtle things can make a huge difference sometimes. You know, today was a grinder. It's hot out here. I did not get a lot of bites, but I would do it over again every day for an opportunity at another absolute giant like that. What a blast. The biggest takeaway today, guys, is just to stay motivated and to stay focused. Whether you're traveling or whether you're on your home fishery, whether you've been on a wide open bite and it's shut down, or you're down in the bottom of that valley and you've been grinding for a while without getting bit, stay focused, because you never know when that giant bite is coming, or you never know, like that one that hit me at the start of this canal. I'm just, who knows where my mind was, right? Not focused at all, and then boom, there's that fish, and I was not prepared. Always stay focused and just keep grinding, because you don't know when that next one is coming. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.